to be successful in life, you have to look at not just your long-term goals, but also your short-term goals. So making a list of your goals and what you might need to do to achieve them can also be beneficial and help you to be successful. So goals such as relationship goals, your personal goals for improving yourself, financial goals, career goals. Why do you think it's important in life not just to think short term, but to also think long term? Why is this important?
Uh, well, that's interesting because we all pretend to think in the long term. I maybe the maybe the thing is that long-term goals, they are in many cases bigger. So, well, the bigger the goal, maybe the more impact it has in your life, and yeah,
Hmm.
the more effort it it needs. So yeah, it seems like there is a direct translation between effort, uh, long term, and huge goal. So the longer it's difficult to explain it. Well, it's not so difficult. I mean, yeah, it's exactly what I said. I mean, long-term goals, they imply in many cases more effort, and the more effort you put on something, the bigger the reward in many cases is. So we tend to yeah, we tend to think long term because yeah, we understand that this kind of goals are the goals that will change our life for the better in many cases.
Of course, also setting smart, achievable goals. So having dreams and having goals are two different things. You have to be able to realistically achieve your goals, because if not, you could lose motivation. And obviously, maintaining your motivation is quite important. Another thing is commitment and consistency. So planning is not always sufficient. You also have to stick to something even through the hard times, even through the difficult times, and you have to be consistent in what you do. So canceling plans is obviously a no. You should never cancel plans. You should always go through with it. And as you commit to your commitments, you will gradually move forward towards your goals. And obviously, as long as you're moving in the right direction, you're moving in the correct direction. Why is it important today to have consistency, and why do so many people find it difficult to commit?
Uh, yeah, I believe that you explained the first point quite clearly, and I do agree with you. I mean, consistency and being able to maintain your routine and repeating things is key in order to succeed. Uh, well, the second point is a little bit more tricky. I mean, I guess that the main thing is immediate reward. Um, Committing to a routine, committing to good habits somehow. Yeah, it's exactly the opposite of an immediate reward, and we by default and more in our society nowadays we are looking always for the instant reward, and it's difficult to invest in something, to commit to something if you're not seeing uh, reward, because I mean it's exactly the same as going to the gym. uh, the first week uh, you commit 100%, 5 days at the gym. The second week you don't see any kind of improvement in your body, so you start to think I really doesn't worth the effort, and in the midterm you end up quitting. So the thing is that you should have uh, you should have spent like 3 months, and you have to be aware of this when you start your when you set your goal. So yeah, I believe that the main point is the immediate reward, and the perfect example from my point of view is it is the gym. It is like yeah, you have to commit, and you have to be aware that big changes took time, take take time, and yeah, in any aspect of your life. I mean, I'm studying a lot in order to achieve certain certifications, and I do know that it's a long-term effort, and I do know that it is not an immediate reward. Maybe in a few years, somebody will ask me about this certification, and that's when this effort came into the scene. So yeah, immediate reward is the short answer.
I agree. I agree. And being educated is also quite important, because education gives us knowledge, skills, and credibility. So if you have a certificate in something, people trust you. Education does not have to be formal, so you can educate yourself. That includes reading books, watching documentaries, etc. Why do you think education is important in society, and why do you think that people should never stop learning? Why do you think that learning is a continuous process?
But what do you mean by education? Formal education, or as you said, um, many different kinds of education?
Yeah, so educating yourself, this could mean just reading, not necessarily going to university or college, just basically learning as a whole.
Yeah, well, it is important. Why? Because well, the more you know about the world, and the more you know about everything, yeah, it doesn't matter your background, your career, your personal, professional background. The more you know, the more able, or
Uh-huh.
more able, yeah, more able
The more
you are,
the more able you are.
yeah, the more able you are to face the challenge that may short in your life, in your, your daytime routine.
Hmm.
So it is like, well, it's more or less what I said a few minutes ago. I mean, I'm studying a lot in order to not looking for an immediate reward, but uh, maybe looking for something. Well, not looking for something in the future, but maybe thinking about a future reward somehow. It's a strange thought, but yeah, it is like a way to adapt to future changes, and in a professional environment makes more sense. In my professional environment, it, it it is more it's even more important because I'm very close to technology, and technology evolves very quickly, and you need to be up to date constantly. So you're somehow forced to study constantly. But well, yeah, thinking about, for example, my father, who's a carpenter. Yeah, it's also good for him to be educated, to read, um, to focus on politics, to try to keep on learning, because, well, even from a physiological point of view, the more you force, the more you push to limit to your brain, that the better. I'm using this structure a lot today. Well, um, the better you will be when you become old. So there are so many benefits of being of assigning of having a continuous education that is almost impossible to talk about all of them. But I will say that the main things will be physiological benefits, ability to adapt to change in the future, and even the sense of satisfaction about achieving something and learning something new and understanding the world and the things that surround you in a different and in many ways better way.
Okay, that's interesting. Being stuck in poverty does not make it impossible to be successful, but it makes it a lot more difficult. So managing your finances, I believe, is also important. Regardless of your income, it doesn't matter if you earn 1,000 per month or 10,000, you still need to manage your finances. That consists of keeping track of your expenses, so knowing how much you're spending each month, um, saving a certain percentage of your salary, however much you can, understanding your income, understanding the taxes you need to pay. So basically, money is important to understand money and how it works to be able to become successful. However, in school, we cover many subjects such as science, history, geography, maths, but we never cover money. Why is it that money is so important to us? However, we do not study how to manage money at school. Is there a reason for this?
Uh, well, I don't know. When I was at school, I believe that uh, the last 2 years we did study economy when I was 17, 18, or 15 maybe. But, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the past we weren't so focused on economy. But nowadays many people are saying that that is it has to be mandatory somehow to study economy at school because of the implications that you have mentioned. So uh, I'm not good at forecasting things, but I believe that in the maybe next 10 years, economy would be a big, a big topic in at school. So yeah, I don't know.
But that's interesting. I think economy is one thing. Yes, I'm gravitating more towards personal finances. For example, I never learned how
Sorry,
to.
somebody's calling. I
Okay,
have
no
to
problem.
again. He's going to call again because there are two doors to be opened. And we were talking about personal finance, right?
This is correct. So, for example, we never studied in school how to get a mortgage. So not the process of getting a mortgage, but how to become accepted or what to do in life to become accepted or to get accepted. Because getting a mortgage is difficult. Also, here it is, the second bell.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, it was well. To be honest, I have my first mortgage when I was 17, but it was because of my well, my family buying a thing, and I was more like uh, a guest in the mortgage.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, in the process is not so clear, and yeah, nowadays I believe that banks are doing like a huge effort. Well, not the banks, but the government and the guys regulated banks, they are making a big effort in order to make people understand all the implications of the implications in acquiring a mortgage and what the taxes and all these things mean. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, here it is, Amazon. So you're helping Jeff Bezos get rich, or even richer.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
that's awful. I know, but yeah, the
But it
mortgage thing.
but even
Yeah,
even for example, having credit is very important in society, to buy a house, to buy a car, to buy expensive furniture. But we never learn that credit's important and how to build credit, yes, which I believe is quite important, because we do live in a society where having a good credit score is quite important, because not everyone can afford to buy things in cash.
yeah, but I don't know in the rest of Europe, but
Hmm.
here in Spain, the building credit thing
Hmm.
really doesn't exist. I mean, I don't need a credit score in order to have a mortgage, for example. I
Hmm.
mean, if you, I don't know, if you are if you're English, for example, and you decide to make the bank will ask you for a credit score, but any bank asks me for a credit score anytime in my life, and yeah, I do understand the implications, and I understand that having a credit card in this case would be a good asset, but yeah, at least for people that live here in Spain and have been working here in Spain for a long time, they only ask you about your professional life and the last few payrolls, and that they will check somehow something with the government, but you don't need or you don't have a credit score per se, right?
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's
So finally, time management. Obviously, managing your time is important. We have, a few different tools we can use. Our telephones have calendars. We can write things down. How do you manage time?
I'm not a good time manager. uh, yeah, I don't know. The thing is that my my routine nowadays is just ruled by others
Hmm.
somehow. I mean, I have to work. I have to go to the nursery school to pick up the baby. I have to play with it. I have to with it, not with her. I have to clean her. So I nowadays or now in this moment I don't have the flexibility or the ability to rule or to manage my own time. So I'm trying to think in the thinking. I'm trying to think about the past and how I manage my time, like setting routines and going to the gym from this hour to this hour, and I wake up to this hour. But I I didn't have any kind of tool or thing that helped me in order to stick to the routine
Hmm.
and therefore to manage my time. I don't know. Now that I have a tight schedule somehow, maybe it's a good opportunity and a good moment to try these tools and to see if I'm capable of managing my time in a better way, to
Of
do more
course.
things and be more efficient or effective.
Of
Yeah.
course, being late shouldn't be normalized. Being late should not be normal. You should always arrive 10 minutes before, 10 minutes early. And yeah, I think it shows respect, and obviously shows that you're organized, and shows that you have good time management skills. So yeah, there are a few ways of being successful, but I think that consistency is a very important skill, and with being consistent, your your success should come into place, should fall into place. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.